Elon Musk just dropped a bombshell that's gonna blow your mind. We're talking about the future of transportation, and it's looking wild. Elon has revealed the Tesla Cybercab, a self-driving robotaxi that looks like something that comes straight from a sci-fi movie. In this video, we're diving deep into what this means for you, me, and how we get around town in the future. Trust me, you're gonna want to stick around till the end, because we have some exciting and interesting details of how all of this could potentially change your whole life. So let's get started. Picture this. Elon Musk, the man himself, rolls up to an event in a car with no driver. That's right, he just casually strolls out of a fully self-driving vehicle. And guess what? There are 20 more of these cruising around with nobody behind the wheel. Talk about making an entrance. Now, let's break down what makes the Cybercab so special. First off, this isn't just some concept car. Elon's got 50 of these fully self-driving vehicles zooming around, including Model Ys and the star of the show, the Cybercab. But here's the thing, there's no steering wheel, no pedals, nothing. It's like stepping into your own personal spaceship that knows exactly where you want to go. Now, we know what you're thinking. No steering wheel? Is this thing safe? Well, Elon's betting big on this tech. He's predicting that these self-driving cars will become 10 times safer than human drivers. Just think about all of that for a second. We're talking about the possibility of saving many lives and preventing injuries on a really huge level. But it's not just about safety. Think about all the time you spend stuck in traffic, searching for parking, or just generally annoyed behind the wheel. The Cybercab is here to give you that time back. Imagine hopping in, kicking back, and using your commute to catch up on work, binge your favorite show, or just relax. It's like having a personal chauffeur, minus the awkward small talk. Let's take a closer look at the Cybercab itself. The design is sleek and futuristic, clearly inspired by the angular aesthetics of the Cybertruck. Inside, it's a whole new world. It has sharp edges and shiny surfaces, which would make it seem like it could cut through the air, and traffic too. But it's when you step inside that things get really interesting. Without a steering wheel or pedals, the entire interior is reimagined for passenger comfort and convenience. We're talking spacious seating that can make your living room feel relatively small, perhaps even swiveling chairs for a true VIP feel. It is described as a comfortable little lounge, stressing the passenger's comfort. It is not just about it being a transport, but a way of a peaceful life in the chaos of a city. Musk suggests passengers can use the time for various activities like using phones, watching movies, or working. The Cybercab represents a shift from supervised to unsupervised full self-driving. Passengers could potentially fall asleep and wake up at your destination. Tesla aims for self-driving cars to become 10 times safer than human-driven vehicles. Now, let's talk money, because this is where things get really interesting. Elon's throwing around some numbers that could change the game. He's saying the operating cost of a Cybercab could be as low as 20 cents per mile. Including taxes and other factors, the price for users might be 30 or 40 cents per mile. To put that in perspective, city buses cost about $1 per mile to operate. We're talking about individualized transport that's cheaper than mass transit. Mind-blowing, right? But wait, there's more. You're probably wondering, can I actually own one of these futuristic rides? Well, hold on, because Elon says yes. And get this, they're aiming for a price tag under $30,000. That's right, for less than the cost of many regular cars on the market today, you could have your very own slice of the future parked in your driveway. Now, before you start clearing space in your garage, let's talk about the timeline. Elon's known for being a bit, shall we say, optimistic with his predictions. So Musk has been saying we could see fully self-driving, unsupervised Tesla vehicles on the roads in Texas and California as soon as next year. That's with the current Model 3 and Model Y, mind you. And for the Cybercab itself, we're looking at a production target of 2026, or as Elon puts it, before 2027. But the Cybercab experience will be available earlier through the Model 3, Model Y, Model S, and Model X, and Cybertruck programs. So even if you can't get your hands on a Cybercab right away, you might still be able to enjoy that self-driving life. Let's dive into some of the cool tech that makes the Cybercab tick. Elon's team is all about using AI and vision systems. No fancy, expensive equipment needed. Tesla's using the same technology they've developed for their current vehicles: advanced cameras, powerful onboard computers, and sophisticated software. This approach keeps the production costs down, which is how they're aiming for that sub-30K price point. Oh, and get this, no more fumbling with charging cables. The Cybercab charges inductively. It just pulls up over a charging pad and boom, it's charging up. It's like wireless charging for your phone, but way cooler. Now, let's zoom out and think big picture for a second. Elon's not just talking about changing how we get around from A to B, he's talking about transforming our cities. Imagine all those parking lots turned into parks. We're talking about more green spaces, less concrete jungle. It's a pretty sweet vision of the future, right? So what does this all mean for you? Well, picture this. You wake up in the morning and instead of dreading your commute, you just hop into your Cybercab. No stress about traffic or parking. You catch up on emails or maybe a little bit of sleep on your way to work. Need to run errands? Your Cybercab's got you covered. Meeting friends or dinner? Roll up in style without worrying about having that extra glass of wine. It's not just a car, it's a lifestyle change. If you're enjoying this video so far, we'd really appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up. Musk is calling the Cybercab individualized mass transit, and that's a pretty spot-on description. It can increase the usage of vehicles to a great extent. As of now, most cars spend most of their lifetime just parking and occupying space. With the Cybercab system, we'd be able to use cars 5 to 10 times more than we do now. It's not just efficient, but a paradigm change in how we think about owning and using vehicles. Looming large as part of the broader concept that Tesla has envisioned for a self-driving electric future is the Cybercab. But it's not just about cars. Musk had even introduced alongside other concepts like the robo-van for higher capacity needs and humanoid robots. It's a future where transportation is cleaner, safer, and more accessible to everyone. The potential impact of this technology is massive. We're talking about reshaping transportation on a global scale. Reduced traffic, fewer accidents, more accessible mobility for everyone. The Cybercab could be a game changer in ways we haven't even fully imagined yet. Now, it's not all smooth sailing. There are still going to be some issues and problems to overcome. Things can include regulatory challenges, infrastructure needs, and the task of convincing the public to trust self-driving vehicles. But if anyone can push through these obstacles, it's Elon and the team at Tesla. They've already revolutionized and changed the entire electric car market. And who's to say they can't do the same for self-driving vehicles? Now, we want to hear from you. How do you think the Cybercab will change your daily life? Are you excited about the idea of self-driving vehicles? Or does the thought of a car without a steering wheel freak you out a bit? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're enjoying our content, don't forget to subscribe. The future of transportation is looking pretty wild, and we can't wait to see where this ride takes us. If you're as pumped about these innovations as we are, you'll definitely want to check out our incredible video on the Tesla Robovan. It's a game changer that can carry up to 20 passengers. Trust us, it's worth the watch. Alright, that's all for now, folks. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon, or maybe on the road. At least until the Cybercabs hit the streets.